The woman sat across from me, her expression unreadable. She took a slow sip of her coffee, then set the mug down with a soft click. Her voice was steady, almost serene. "Tomorrow," she said. "You're going to kill me." I stared at her. We had met exactly once before, at a mutual friend's art gallery opening. A brief, forgettable exchange about the canapes. I didn't even know her last name. I forced a laugh, a dry, hollow sound. "That's quite a statement. Is this some kind of performance art piece?" She didn't smile. From her handbag, she pulled a small, glossy photograph and slid it across the table. My breath caught in my throat. It was me, standing over her body in a dimly lit alleyway. I was wearing the same gray coat I had on right now. The photo was dated for tomorrow. "Where did you get this?" I stammered, my heart hammering against my ribs. "This is fake. It has to be Photoshop." "It's not," she said, her calm unnerving me more than any scream could. She then produced a folded document. It was a preliminary police report detailing the discovery of a body. Her body, the time of death, the location, the cause, it all matched. The primary person of interest was an unidentified male whose description was a perfect match for me. The report was also dated for tomorrow. My hands were shaking as I held the paper. It felt real. The ink, the texture, everything. "This is insane," I whispered, my mind racing, trying to find a logical explanation. A prank? An elaborate setup? Blackmail? But for what, I had nothing. Then, she played the voice message. A small, digital recorder sat between us on the table. She pressed play. A distorted, frantic voice filled the silence of the cafe. It was my voice. "I didn't mean to," it said, choked with panic. "It was an accident. I never wanted this." The recording was timestamped for tomorrow evening, minutes after the time of death listed on the police report. I felt the room spin. The clatter of cutlery, the low murmur of conversations around us, it all faded into a dull roar. "How?" was the only word I could manage. "That's what I need you to find out," she said, finally showing a flicker of emotion, a deep-seated weariness in her eyes. "I'm not asking you to save me. It's too late for that. I've accepted it, but I can't accept not knowing why." "Why would you do it? We don't know each other. There's no motive, no anger, no connection. It makes no sense." She gathered her things. "You have until tomorrow," she said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "Find the reason. For both our sakes." Then she was gone, leaving me alone with the impossible evidence of a future I was apparently destined to create. I spent the rest of the day and all through the night in a feverish haze. I left the cafe and walked aimlessly, the city lights blurring into streaks. My apartment felt like a cage. I re-examined the evidence over and over, searching for a flaw, a tell, anything to prove it was a hoax. The photo paper was standard, the police report format was correct, the voice on the recording, the cadence, the slight lisp I have when I'm stressed. It was undeniably me. Sleep was impossible. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the image from the photo. I saw her face, lifeless. I saw my own hands, stained. I tore my apartment apart, looking for, I don't know what. A hidden camera? A bug? A clue that I was being manipulated? I found nothing but the mundane artifacts of my own life. I thought about going to the police, but what would I say? A woman I just met showed me proof that I'm going to kill her tomorrow? They'd think I was crazy. Or worse, they'd think it was a confession. I thought about running, getting on a bus and never looking back. But the woman's question echoed in my mind. Why? Running wouldn't answer that. It would only confirm my guilt, even if I hadn't done anything yet. The idea of free will became a lead weight in my gut. Was every choice I made my own? Or was I just a puppet, my strings being pulled by a future that was already written? If I stayed, was I choosing to face it? Or was I just following the script? If I ran, was I defying fate? Or was that part of the sequence of events that led to the alley? Morning came, gray and unforgiving. The date on the evidence was today. I was exhausted, my mind a tangled mess of paranoia and philosophical dread. I hadn't eaten, hadn't slept. I looked in the mirror and saw a haunted man. My eyes were wild, my face pale. I looked like a man on the edge, a man who could be capable of anything. I knew I had to see her again. I had to go to the location. It was the only way to break the cycle, to prove the evidence wrong. I grabbed my gray coat, the same one from the photo. A conscious choice, or was I just playing my part? I didn't know anymore. I walked to the address from the police report. It was a narrow, grimy alley between two old brick buildings, just as I'd seen it. The sun was beginning to set, casting long, distorted shadows. The air grew cold. My heart pounded a frantic, ticking rhythm against my ribs. And then she was there. She stepped out from behind a dumpster, her face as calm as it had been in the cafe. "You came," she said. It wasn't a question. "I had to," I replied, my voice hoarse. "This ends now. I'm not him. I'm not the man in that photo." She gave me a small, sad smile. "You're right. You weren't." Suddenly, a man burst into the alley, his face a mask of rage. He was screaming her name. He charged past me, straight for her. "You ruined my life!" He yelled. Instinct took over. I moved to step between them, to protect her. He shoved me hard. I stumbled backward, my hand flying out to brace myself against the wall. My fingers brushed against a loose brick. It happened so fast. He grabbed her. She struggled. In the chaos, trying to intervene, trying to pull him off her, I somehow ended up with the loose brick in my hand. He pushed her again. She fell, and I tripped, lurching forward. The brick in my hand connected with her head with a sickening thud. Silence. Absolute deafening silence. The other man stared in horror, then turned and fled, disappearing down the street. I was alone, standing over her. The setting sun cast a dim light, just like in the photo. My gray coat, my horrified face. I knelt beside her, my hands trembling. She was gone. Panic, raw and overwhelming, clawed at my throat. I pulled out my phone to call for help, my fingers fumbling with the screen. And as I tried to speak, the words tumbled out, choked and frantic. "I didn't mean to," I gasped. "It was an accident. I never wanted this." And then I stopped, my own voice. The exact words from the recording. I looked down at her, then at my hands, then at the brick. It was in that moment of chilling clarity that I finally understood. The evidence wasn't a prediction. It wasn't a glimpse into a pre-written destiny. It was the script. She didn't want to know why I would kill her. She needed to create a reason. The photo, the report, the recording, they weren't proof of what I would do. They were instructions. They had infected my mind, filled me with fear and paranoia, and led me, step by step, choice by choice, to this exact moment, to this exact hour. She hadn't been trying to understand her fate. She was meticulously constructing it with me as her unwilling instrument. The real mystery wasn't why I would kill her. It was why she wanted to die. And that was a question I would never be able to answer.